Hello, this is Billy Core from the Carolina Circle Mall Wiki. Today is Friday, June the 16th of 2017, and we're back once again with what's probably one of the greatest computer acquisitions of my life. This is, of course, the Packard Bell Multimedia D132, which is famous for being one of the few Packard Bell Corner Desktops out there. I may be exaggerating that a little bit, but these are pretty rare computers, the corner desktops. This particular example of one was manufactured on November the 13th of 1996, and I purchased this for a very, very reasonable price from a good friend of mine who also donated my current Packard Bell Legend 822 CDT. Very nice guy, I have to say. What's interesting about this particular model is that it's a Canadian model. This was I don't think it's really that much different from a regular Packard Bell from America. The only difference is that on the back sticker there, I don't know if you can see it, it says CAN next to D132. That just means it was sold in Canada. I'm sure the American Multimedia D132 was pretty much the exact same thing. So, again, what makes this interesting is that it's a Packard Bell Corner Desktop. Packard Bell did not really make many of these. That's why they're so hard to find, obviously. There is one for sale on eBay right now. It's I think a 1997 model. I think it's going for like $300 at the moment, but I've seen them go for a lot more than that, though. On the rare event, they do pop up on eBay. And what makes the corner desktop interesting as well, it's kind of shaped like a triangle. I don't know if you can tell or not, but yeah, it is kind of shaped like a triangle. It's designed to fit in like a wall corner, such as this. And it's also kind of designed to fit on a corner style desk. And not only that, it's just really cool looking. I mean, seriously, it's a beautiful looking computer. That's kind of what set Packard Bell apart from other manufacturers of its time, because back then most computers, well, looked a little bit like this one right here, just very plain, generic looking, not much going for it, I must say. As far as the looks are concerned, it's a pretty powerful Pentium 2, but it's kind of a boring looking computer. And then you come over here, and it's quite a contrast. Just kind of sticks out better. And I've been getting a lot of comments about this, asking why I don't have this computer sitting in a corner like it's intended. Well, I really don't have the room to use it in a corner at the moment. I mean, I could put it on the corner of my L desk here, but one, it would be a little cramped, and two, I have kind of a video playback set up right here, and I don't want to move that. It's kind of in the perfect spot for it at the moment, because I can watch this monitor from both my main computer or the Packard Bell right here. So yeah, the corner desktop, very, very beautiful looking computer of its time. It kind of really is very set apart from other computers of its time. And I just can't believe I actually get to see one in person now, much less own one. And I must say, they're a little bit smaller than I thought they were. But yeah, I'm very, very impressed with this computer. As you can see, I've got an original Packard Bell monitor sitting atop of it. I could have bought the original monitor that came with this for my friend, but one, it would cost too much to ship, and two, I've already got one I can use with it, so really no loss there. And plus the one he had, I believe, was missing the stand, so that would have been kind of inconvenient. So anyway, let's go ahead and get the camera up on the tripod and fire this computer up. Alright, let's go ahead and fire it up. Power button's over here on the right side. The motherboard it uses is a PB640, which is one of the more rarer motherboards that Packard-Bell used. I do have to correct myself though. In my previous video I said this about this computer, that is, I said this was a socket 5. It's actually a socket 7. And yes, I did look into upgrading this to a Pentium MMX, and the results for this are from other people on this motherboard for Pentium MMXs are a little bit mixed. Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, but I'm just not willing to risk frying this motherboard because this is a pretty rare computer, pretty rare motherboard, and I don't want anything happening to it, especially if it dies from me doing something stupid like that. But what it does have is a 166 megahertz Pentium, which is pretty good. And yes, it is running off of a CF card now. It's running off an 8 gigabyte CF card containing Windows 95. I also have a 2 gigabyte CF card for this system that runs Windows 3.1, which runs just fine on here as well. But today we'll mostly be looking at Windows 95 because that's the card I already have in it. Yeah, that's the BIOS there. It's now 6 p.m. and it does still have a little bit of trouble with the CD-ROM drive at post. Although it doesn't get hung up when I use the 2 gig card though, but I'm not worried about it, it works anyway. And of course it's got Windows 95 Plus. That's my custom wallpaper that I use on Packard Bells. Log on to my Windows 2000 domain. And here we are. This is pretty much your standard issue Windows 95 Packard Bell install. This is the 95-96 software pack, same one that came with my Legend 822 CDT. Let's see what we got installed on here. Got 7-zip, Adobe Acrobat 3.0, Mist and Playroom. There's all the online services that came with it. Some DOS games I had shortcuts for on the start menu. Entertainment pack with Jazz Jackrabbit 2, Hard Hat, Kid Picks, Jumpstart First Grade, the Living Books games, some Maxis games including SimCity Classic and SimCity 2000 with Full Tilt Pinball, Works 4.0, Microsoft Bob, you gotta have that. Monster Truck Madness, which doesn't really run on this system very well for some reason. It's surprising. Magic School Bus Human Body, again I can't show that because Scholastics will take my YouTube channel and take it out back and beat it with a baseball bat. Bookshelf 95, the Gus games, the multimedia stuff that came with Packard Bells, including My First Encyclopedia, NetTime, which is a really good program to have on older systems if it's connected to your network. It goes out and automatically synchronizes the clock. Very, very handy tool. Some more Packard Bell stuff. Packard Bell Audio, Printmaster Gold. That was actually my very first forte into desktop publishing. I remember my dad getting this CD back in like 1997, and I remember printing out cards and banners and posters and signs on it. I may actually take a look at that in this video if we have time. Echo the Dolphin, Sonic 3D Blast, Sierra Games, Sonic CD, Winamp, which we'll actually look at a little bit later, and WinImage, along with Internet Explorer 5.5 and Microsoft Office 95. Alright, we'll open up Packard Bell Navigator. You got to do that in a Packard Bell video. It's a tradition. Don't argue with it. It's just the way things are.
Welcome from Packard Bell. We offer you two computing environments to choose from: Packard Bell's Navigator or Microsoft Windows. You may also begin by taking a quick lesson on using the mouse.
Speaking of mice, I'm actually using a Microsoft optical mouse with this. And yes, the scroll wheel does work on here. I have to use a special driver for it for Windows 95, but it does work. And a software room. This is probably the 300th time I've shown this on YouTube. Hope you guys aren't tired of it yet. Now take a look at our kid space.
Hello and welcome to Kid Space. This is the fun place to work and play.
Shut up. And again, I've shown this many times. I can't remember if they ever made a standalone non-Packard Bell version of Kid Space. I know they did for Workspace, but I can't for the life of me remember if they did it for Kid Space or not. That sounded like my stomach last night after eating too much pizza.
That is not a toy.
Gotta have that.
That is not a toy. That is not a toy.
I get it. Alright, we'll head back to Windows. Didn't make a noise that time. Okay, we'll go ahead and play a game. What do you guys want to play? I want to show a Windows game and a DOS game in this video. Find a good Windows game first. Had it a second ago. Let's play a little bit of Earthworm Jim. And by the way, the CD-ROM drive on here is the original. And believe it or not, still works. It's very, very rare to find a Packard Bell with a CD-ROM drive that still works. Usually I have to replace these things.
Groovy!
So yes, we are going to play Earthworm Jim. If you don't like it, you can just watch another video. I don't care. And of course, I got my favorite joystick in the whole world, Microsoft Sidewinder 3D Pro, the original one. From, I believe, 1995. Not sure what speed the CD-ROM drive is. I'm guessing either 6-speed or 8-speed. And it froze. Yep, not getting anything out of the num lock. And it reset itself. Yeah, about that. The joys of vintage computers. I know there's this big circle jerk going around. It's been going on for, I guess, since the 90s that Packard Bells were complete junk. Well, there were a few out there that definitely were left a lot to be desired, especially the older ones from the early 90s, like the 386s and whatnot, but be honest with you, I've never owned a bad Packard Bell before. Of course, I've had a couple die on me, probably because of old age, but I've never really had one that gave me a lot of headaches. And of course, this one crashed a minute ago, but that's not really a Packard Bell thing, I don't think. It's just the joys of vintage computer collecting. And I did upgrade this to Windows 95 OSR2, which likes to run scan disk when it gets shut down improperly, which we're not going to do. And I'll be right back once this reboots. Alright, it's working just fine now. I'm going to skip ahead a few levels to Down the Tubes. I don't know if I've shown this level before on YouTube. Don't mind me just adjusting the volume.
Cheater.
And of course I gotta cheat because I'm terrible at video games. Yeah, this is a level I remember quite a bit as a kid, for one reason, which I'll show you in a little bit once we get to it. Ew. I love this game. It's so... It doesn't take itself seriously. That's why I love it so much. And of course, this is the special edition, which gives you the CD audio tracks and the Big Broody level, which is actually my favorite level in this game. Okay, that thing went away. Oh, there he... and he's back. Okay, that's not very nice, fella. You could get in a lot of trouble for that. I told you, you can get in a lot of trouble for that! Okay. Get around this guy. Oh, okay, that was a cheap shot. Oh, that was close. Ow! Ow! Alright, let's jump on the... Okay, we can get ourselves a free life. Now let's jump on the hamster. I don't think I've ever said that in my entire life. Alright, now this is the part I was talking about, the part that's memorable to me. This little thing you gotta drive around. Now, if I wasn't cheating, this thing would have been completely smashed to pieces by now. And plus, you only get 30 seconds to work with. But again, I'm cheating, so we don't have to worry about that.
Oh, yeah.
Get away, thingamabobbers. Another one of those. Alright, here we go again. This one we're going to be in a little bit longer. Go this way. Again, we'd be dead by now if I wasn't cheating. Sometimes you just gotta get through the level any way possible. I remember this level causing me tons and tons of headaches as a child because of this stupid thing. And that was before I knew you could use a cheat code. Back when I was 6 years old and knew how to play games legitimately. Alright, let's land this thing. Come on, there we go. Now this thing, this is one of those things where you're going to have to take some damage no matter what. That guy's a jerk. Shoot it and whip it all you want, but it's not going to go away. Yes, that was the same cow that was launched in New Junk City. Alright. Let's reboot this computer into DOS, because I want to show you a game that I came across a couple of months ago, actually. That is, it's one of those games that's real simple, yet very, very fun. So we'll go into our game directory. Go into the directory for the game. And fire it up. It's a game called Flying Tigers. In the year 2047, a new type of terrorist emerged. These terrorists built their system of extortion on technology, grading technological weapons that can unleash vast amounts of destruction upon its victims, and I don't care. Basically, it's a shoot-'em-up game, a very fun one, and my joystick's not working. Okay, hopefully that'll take care of it. I like these simple shoot-'em-up games. Very good music in this game, by the way. And it's super simple as well. It takes a lot to get killed in this game. And I urge you to go to your favorite abandonware site. Give this game a try. These are our power-ups, as I just got. Alright, we're about low on power. I know I said it's hard to get killed in this game, but I must have jinxed myself. I think one more hit and we're dead. It's fun blowing stuff up, even when it's myself. We just died, by the way, but we have plenty of lives. This game's from 1994, by the way. My favorite year. Even though I didn't know what a computer was in 1994. I did buy the middle part of 1995, though. Alright, we can blow this thing up and get extra health. Same with this one.
I'm blowing stuff up.
I think we'll do one more level. Pretty sure this is mod music playing. And that's mod, not mom. Although I'm sure your mother could be a great musician if she put her mind to it. Gotta watch out for those volcanoes, or as I like to call them, volcanoes. Oh, now we got good power up. Some good stuff here.
Blow 'em up! Blow 'em up!
Alright, we do need some help this time, so there we go. Get some more. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this Packard-Bell's video card, which is obviously on board, is a Cirrus Logic 5434, which was pretty common on many Packard-Bells of this era. And I think it may have had some upgraded video memory. It looked like one of the upgrade sockets, a couple of the upgrade sockets for the video card on the motherboard looked like they had been populated, making this computer even much more of a rarity. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video while I boot back into Windows, and we'll take a look at one more thing. Okay, one more thing I want to show. This is a program I just installed on this probably less than an hour ago. A program I'm sure many of you are familiar with. A little program called Winamp. I remember running Winamp on my 2001 Gateway back in the early 2000s, and I remember, because as you all probably recall, when you first install Winamp and open it up, it says, Winamp. It really kicks, the llama's derogatory term for butt. And my dad overheard it, and oh, he was not happy. But yeah, a little funny story for you there. But basically, reason I installed this on this particular computer is that it gives Windows 95 the capability of playing MP3 files. And obviously I'm not going to play a regular MP3 file from a regular song because Copyright Mafia would not be happy with me. So instead I'm going to play an MP3 of my video intro. The song that you hear at the beginning of every video and the end of every video. So we'll go ahead and play it. Don't know if you heard that or not, but yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to play MP3 on Windows 95. And yes, I know I'm probably making a bigger deal out of that than I should. So, yeah, this is the Packard Bell Corner Desktop. I've had this computer for 4 days now, and it still hasn't sunken in that I actually own it. Like I said, I never thought I would ever see one in person, much less own one. And it's such an honor to own such a cool piece of history from my favorite vintage computer manufacturer. So, until next time, this is Billy Core signing off. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The addresses are located in the bottom right corner. Until next time, this is Billy Core signing off.